The US has officially indicted Raúl Castro, the ex-ruler of Cuba and official still puppet master of the regime behind the scenes. And before the liberals start crying about the situation, saying how dare the US government do something like this to these people, first I would like to say, isn't it you guys that say to listen to black and brown voices? Not white, actually Cuban. So if anybody is able to speak on this matter, it's me. So buckle up, buttercups, because I'm about to tell you the tale about how horrible these people are and why exactly we all should be applauding. And to my fellow sane people, thank you for being here. So this is Raúl Castro today at 94 years old. You might be thinking to yourself, but this is just a sweet old man who just loves his country. Why? Well, he doesn't love his country, actually. Him and his brother, let me show you them young. These two pieces of shit and their family and their cronies have been in power for the last 67 years in Cuba. Their direct rule has caused untold numbers of people to die from execution, from torture, from any kind of dissent or any word that anybody would say about you, even thinking about these two not being the ultimate glorious leader who should be absolutely paraded for and forever, ever loved and esteemed. You were basically dead. You signed your own unaliving warrant at that point, whether or not there was proof. So if somebody wanted to go around and tell the upper chain that you were a dissenter just because they didn't like you, well, kiss your butt goodbye, because you're not going to be on this earth anymore. Not to mention the forced famines of their own people, the constant blackouts, the inability to get any kind of medication. If your family or anybody on the island needs medical attention, I hope you have sheets for the bed, water, soap, disinfectant, medication, scalpels, and anything else the medical team is going to need. Because guess what? If you're a Cuban in Cuba, you're pretty much, that's it for you. Time's up. There is a laundry list of other things that this man personally has done, horribly victimized people that I can't even talk about, because it's kind of this weird closed secret in the Cuban community where we don't have any real proof, but we all know it's happened. But guess what? This one already passed quite a long time ago. So bye. Hope you're rotting in hell where you belong. This one is still around. Raul, who's just been indicted. I will explain the indictment, but justice has come after a very long time, but it is finally being served. So let's talk about the indictment of this piece of crap, shall we? Almost exactly 30 years ago, these four brave and honorable men were killed by Raúl Castro and his people on his direct command. So who are these people? They're part of an organization called Hermanos al Rescate. That translates to Brothers to the Rescue in English. This entire organization was built around gentlemen who were pilots at the time and owned small aircraft. Their mission was to fly around the international waters and help rescue Cubans who were fleeing the regime and stuck on homemade rafts trying to flee to the US. They stayed over international waters. They did things as best by the books as they could and just genuinely wanted to save lives. One day, this piece of crap right here saw that the planes were out in the distance in, again, international waters where Cuba had absolutely no jurisdiction. There was 2 aircrafts with these 4 men on them, so 2 on each craft. Had no kind of munitions at all. This, again, was a completely peaceful aid-serving effort. Saw the planes in the distance and told his men to shoot it down. They were shot down out of the sky completely illegally. At the time, Bill Clinton was president, and all he did was slap some sanctions onto Cuba. So they didn't really do much at all or try to help these men. Literally 30 years later, here's a poster. 30 años del derribo de Hermanos al Rescate, prohibido a olvidar. So it is prohibited to forget. Do not forget what happened to these men 30 years later. Fortunately, a few months after the 30-year anniversary, here we are finally getting justice. And this man here will pay for his crimes. 94 years old or not, doesn't matter. You committed those crimes and many, 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 many more. So the U.S. has brought against General Douchebag and several other co-conspirators 7 different counts. Here's the indictment. It is free and available to everybody on the DOJ website. Count 1 is conspiracy to kill U.S. nationals. Counts 2 and 3 are destruction of aircraft. And counts 4 through 7 are murder. To my fellow Cubans, I really hope we have our own Maduro moment with Castro. Based on the press conference at the Freedom Tower, though, seems like he might be coming willingly. Either way, don't care as long as we get justice. And I just have to say, chef's kiss to all the people involved. Thank you for not stopping your fight to jail this MFer and for ensuring that justice is at some point found for these 4 gentlemen. There is so much more I could say, but I'll end it with this. I hope you rot in hell along with your brother.